Hi everyone. I'm doing my report 3 weeks out from my first bikini competition, all on the carnivore diet. So I want to report on what went well this week, what I changed, and results I achieved by doing that. To give you a very quick update, so it's not going to be a very long-winded thing, just a very quick update. I just finished my training session this morning. I'm absolutely zapped out. so, interestingly enough, despite the fact that I'm on a low fat amount, I'm still doing quite well in the gym. Partly it's because I'm very stubborn. I refuse. The very minimum we'll accept is maintaining the weight I did the week before, but I always push to either do more reps or higher weight. So because I'm very wary of the fact that I'm on a very low amount of fats and protein, so I'm depleting, and if I don't put in the extra work in the gym, I don't want to be losing my muscle mass I've worked hard to get while I'm trying to drop the fat at the same time. So I really push myself really, really hard, and I am really starting to feel more tired now. But I've got to say, I'm quite surprised. It's 3 weeks out. I'm only now starting to feel the depletion. So I'm quite happy with that. Some people start suffering from 8 weeks out. So it's not, can't complain really, considering anything that's going on in the background. So macros, still the same, 75 grams of fat, 200 grams of protein, still from the same food sources. As I say, I'm a creature of habit. If something works, don't fix it. So 95% lean beef, 5% fat beef, whichever way you're going to look at it, together with 4 hard-boiled eggs a day, and everything is 85 grams of mackerel, which is in spring water. That's it. So the food is the same. Why have I changed now? Because my body is being very slow as responding. Normally on this amount of food, pre-COVID, I would have had already good results. And now, 3 years down the line, is my body just, even without saying, I'm not doing this. So I've had to increase my steps. I was doing 7,000, an average of 7,000 steps a day, which doesn't sound a lot, but because because of the work I do, 9 to 5 office-based job, and then all the commitments I got outside of the work as well, it's very difficult for me to find the time to do extra steps. I'm not in the position where, when I was years ago, when I was self-employed personal trainer, and then I had all the time in the world, in between customers to do my training and my walk and all that. I haven't got that flexibility now, so I'm trying to play around. So I've increased my step to at least 10,000 a day. I'm actually averaging more than that this week. But what I did is I'm literally getting up half an hour earlier in the morning, getting to work half an hour earlier, parking, and then do a nice big circle round, 30 minutes walk. Lunchtime, using my lunch to go for another walk. And then I eat my food at the desk. Which is not ideal, because then I feel it while I'm walking. I feel the food there. It's not ideal, but it's what needs to be done. To get some result at the moment. And then obviously I still do my training 4 sessions a week in the gym, upper lower. I'm doing at the end of my sessions, I'm doing the Stairmaster. This week I increased from 12 minutes to 14 minutes, and next week will be 16 minutes. So I'm increasing every week by 2 minutes, each of the 4 sessions I do after the training. And again, just up the activity, to try to push the body gently to comply, to drop in the fat, whether it likes it or not. And the results, right, I was quite happy actually, because I've actually got 2 centimeters off my waist, and this from from the last 2 weeks. 2 centimeters off my waist, 2 centimeters off my chest, 2 centimeters off my love handle. So all the changes have happened in the waist area, which funny enough never used to be an issue for me. I've always been in the ladies' stores in the bum, if you like, upper thigh and bum. But since menopause hit, I started storing areas I never used to store. So now the centimeters coming off that, which is nice. I've also lost a centimeter from the top of the leg, which is happy because that's where my saddlebags are. The only thing I wasn't very happy is when I did the pictures this morning, sent to Jonathan, and my bum looks more wrinkly now because I've obviously lost some fat and the skin is just not going in, so I've got more wrinkles. Oh no, I don't like that look, so it's one, it's one of the things when you get to a certain age, your skin just then responds the way when we're young. So it's the least of your evil. The fat, or if you lose the fat, have a wrinkly skin. I mean, what can you do? Gotta do the best I can, to be honest, at this moment in time. So that actually shows I've lost some fat, which is a good thing. What else? I'm still having the same supplements. I'm still marching ahead with this high vitamin D3 protocol from autoimmune disorders. So I'm thinking that's giving me the energy. I'm taking Alka, so acetyl L-carnitine. I started with just 750 micrograms. I got it from bulk from Amazon, and Jonathan suggested I go to 2 grams a day. So I've been doing that for the last couple of days. And then I'm taking creatine every single day, as well as the electrolytes, Keto Pro and flavored electrolytes without fail in my water. Still drinking about 3 liters of water a day. So differences, right? I dropped a full kilo so far this week. And I noticed the difference because the belt in my jeans have actually had to go 1 notch in. So it's coming off. It's coming off faster. So I'm happy. Finally, it's moving. I'm just hoping it doesn't stall again because there's only so much activity I can do. But it's a learning curve. It's one of those things, I don't know how my body's going to respond. I don't know how long it will last, this fat loss bit. Next week it might all go pear-shaped and just all again, in which case to find some other methods. And Jonathan did suggest that you might have to go for 24-hour fasting, periods. So, we've got other tools in our toolkit that we can use, if my body decides to be mean again, or throw a tantrum as he's been doing. But for now, the increasing steps seems to have made quite a bit difference. What's happening with my the way I feel, right? In the evening, I'm still zapped out. I mean, 8:30, I'm gone. I can't keep my eyes open. Doesn't matter what I do. I'm really exhausted. But now I've noticed the morning I'm exhausted. So I wake up in the morning, despite the fact I have really deep sleep. I mean, I have loads of dreams, very vivid dreams. And I monitor my sleep with my my watch, my Samsung watch. And I'm actually having very good sleep. And I know I'm having very good sleep because I have lots of dreams as well. But when I wake up in the morning, I've noticed recently I'm waking up hungry and I'm waking up really tired. But tired, very sleepy, and tired, fatigue, tired. So I think it's the thyroid that is now really struggling. To the point that I've now had to switch from decaf espresso in the morning to fully caffeinated espresso, just to give me that kick to open my eyes, because really I'm struggling. But once that caffeine goes in, then I'm fine for the rest of the day. And I function normally at work. I have my walks. I have my training session when it's my training day. And I'm fine until again 8:30, and then everything switches off again. So it's morning and evening where I'm really struggling. But it's to be expected, is 75 grams of fat and 200 grams of protein. It's not a huge amount of food to eat, especially when you increase the activity as well. So it's all 3 weeks. So, and as I say, I count myself quite lucky because I mean, I hear all the time contest prep people that they, 8 weeks out, they are ravenous, the hunger is so bad, they can't sleep at all. I'm actually sleeping solid at night. So, I count my blessings right now. So it's just that I'm noticing I'm getting more tired, especially in the morning. I'm tired and I'm really hungry in the morning. I'm really waking, can't wait for my breakfast, So that's what we got. So results, I've got, as I said, 1 kilo off. I've got about 1% body fat drop as well. And obviously 2 centimeters, pretty much waist, love handles, 1 centimeter on the top of a leg, 2 centimeters on the chest, which is all the way around anyway. Problem is that I always lose fat from my breast. So when I lose fat, there's not much there to begin with. When I lose fat, whatever was there just goes. So I'm so glad I've got my bikini that's padded, because otherwise, really, there will be nothing to look at. So count me blessings there. I'm actually talking about the bikini. I just got it today. So happy. I had a quick look at that, a quick try on, and it seems like it fits well. So I'm well chuffed with that. So 3 weeks now. Really plow ahead. Continue with this. Hopefully, this fat loss phase will continue with the 10,000 steps activities now, so don't have to increase even further. But if need be, we have the fasting option. We have the option to potentially increase more the activity. I mean, I couldn't do any more walking physically. I haven't got the time to do any more than that. But maybe in the evening, in the gym, I could do longer on the Stairmaster. Stairmaster I'm doing on a fat zone, base. So I'm not running up the Stairmaster. I'm doing enough, to keep my heart rate in the fat burning zone. At the same time, what I'm doing, I'm actually trying to concentrate on my glutes. So when I'm pushing on the steps, I'm actually trying to squeeze my glutes as I do that, because there's an extra training bit, because my glutes are one of the things that don't build very easily. Glutes and shoulders are my struggling point, don't build very well. So any opportunities I got to do that. I even found myself, while I'm driving to work every morning, doing stomach vacuums in the car and glute squeezes while I'm sitting down. So, is anything and everything is just thrown in at the moment, try to get the best of it. But I do know that, is 3 weeks is not enough to get to the peak of where I would like to be. But you learn as you go along. So all I can do is give it my best shot, get on the stage in the best possible way I can now. And then in future, I've got enough data there to be able to work out, when to start sooner, what needs to be happening, and hopefully get my hormones in balance again, because obviously the fact that my hormones are out of whack at the moment, both the HRT sex hormones as well as my thyroid are all out of whack at the moment, is not really helping. It's making the job a lot harder. But it's onward and upwards. So that's the update. So the changes are working. It's getting harder, it's getting tougher. I'm more tired, but there are results. That's the main thing. So if I'd done all this and I was exhausted and I was hungry, and at the end of a week nothing had moved, then I'd be really frustrated as well. So it is working. So 3 weeks to go. So tomorrow, 3 weeks tomorrow, I'll be on stage. Just the thought is a bit scary, I gotta say, because as I mentioned before, this is a mental challenge as much as a physical challenge for me. It's getting closer and closer. When I got pick up the bikini today, I was going like, oh my god, this is so real. And yeah, so keep going, and we'll see how the next week pans out. But I'm quite happy with the results so far this week. And funny enough, one thing I want to point out, actually, this really shows the difference between scales. I've got 2 scales. I've got Tanita scale, which is a very old-fashioned scale. I've had that for, oh my lord. So when I started doing personal training, I started doing personal training in 2009. So that's when I bought it. And it still survived all the customers and all the measurements and everything. It's a very old-fashioned scale. However, it's the most accurate because it's got the electrode both for the feet and for the hands. And that always, the scale is always been hovering around 20-21% body fat all the time. And today, when I do my measurement today on the Tanita, it was telling me it was 18.4%. Now, I haven't been that low since June 2022. In June 2022, I was actually 17% body fat. And then I started priming. Biggest mistake of my life, because that's when, boom, the body fat went straight up and it never came down. So priming might be good for certain people. It is not good if you're postmenopausal and you've got thyroid issues and your hormones, are not where they need to be, because you put that fat on and you ain't gonna take it off. It's so hard. So I was quite happy with that, because I haven't been that low, and that jump is only happened in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So I'm really chuffed with that. 18.4% is still way too high for a competition. But if I keep on, if I can drop another 1%, in the next per week, in the next 3 weeks, then I'm going to be closer to where I would like to be. So I really need to push hard. But the reason I mentioned this, because I got another scale I use, and I use that to measure myself every morning. And I use that just because it's more out of laziness, because with the Tanita you gotta press all the buttons, set yourself up, and then stand there with this electrode, because it segmental measures every limb, right leg, left leg, right arm, left arm, the trunk and all that. So it takes a while, and then you have to set it all up and everything. So I can't be bothered to do it every week, every day, but I do it, once a week, just to see what it's telling me. So during the week I use the Withing scale. I think it's called Body Plus. I can't remember. They got so many different models, but this one basically is only for the feet. You stand on it. It's nothing for your. There's no electrodes for your hands. So obviously, it estimates half of the body. It measures the first half and estimates the other half. So it's not as accurate. And the difference you can actually see. The Withing scale tells me right now. It's telling me I'm 12.7% body fat. Well, look at me. There's no way I'm 12.7% body fat. So I can tell you, if I was 12% body fat, I would be ecstatic, because I would be where I need to be for the competition. No, I'm not. So why do I use a scale? Because I say it's just, I just step on it in the morning and it does the same thing. It does the weight, the body fat, and all that kind of stuff. But it just gives me an idea of the trend. And it's because it's a newer scale, more modern. It's got an app that goes with that, so I can see all the graphs of what's happening. I can see the average. You can see weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, and you can see the average of everything, which helps. While the Tanita being such an old scale, it doesn't come with an app. So you literally have to record everything manually yourself. So that's why it's not ideal. So that's why I use that one. And even with the Withing scale, so they give you these ridiculously low body fat figures, but you can see the trend. This week has been a massive jump in body fat compared to last week, as well as weight. I was losing half kilo a week, and this week I dropped already 1 kilo. And the interesting thing is that I've not dropped muscle mass, which I'm really happy with. And that was confirmed by the Tanita scale. The last time I measured with the Tanita scale was 2 weeks ago. I've got the same muscle mass as 2 weeks ago, but I've dropped down the body fat considerably. So over 2% according to that. So I'm happy that I'm actually dropping the fat and not dropping the muscle. But as I said, I'm pushing myself in the gym as a bare minimum to do the same weight as I did the session before. But that's the bare minimum if you're really feeling zapped out. But every time I try to at least add an extra rep or increase the weight, So I tend to use a system whereby it's 8 to 10 reps. So I do weight, I can do for 8 reps. And slowly I build it up to 10 reps. When I get to 10 reps, then I increase the weight to a weight that I can do for 8 reps. If I'm able to perform 8 reps in the new set, then I've increased it successfully. If I can't do 8 reps for the new set, then that means it's too soon for me to move the weight, and then I'll do 10 reps for all the 3 sets that I'm doing for the particular exercise. And that is working quite well because it enabled me to increase all the time, either increase the rep or increase the weight, and I can actually monitor that I'm doing, with the same tempo all the time. So I am actually putting on muscle and at least not losing the muscle while I'm dropping the fat. So yeah, so all good here. So this is the update for 3 weeks out. Next update will be 2 weeks out, then it'll be 1 week out, and then will be the week of the competition. And then I will put some pictures for the competition. So wish me luck that this continues, the fat loss continues this week with what is going on at the moment. And I don't hit the stall again, having to, think of throwing something else in the equation to try to get the body to respond. But that's the whole point of me doing these things, is really to give my experience as a older woman, that's gone way past the menopause and having all these autoimmune disorders and only little insy-winsy bits of thyroid tissue left. So all of the things going on that really make it really hard to lose weight. But still, there are ways, things that you can do to get your body where you need it to be. Is it healthy? We all know it's not healthy. Doing this competition, going to ridiculous low amount of body fat is not healthy by any stretch of the imagination. But it is something that I always wanted to do, both for the mental challenge to get the fat brain out. The bit in my head that's telling me you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, even when I'm no longer fat. Posing in front of total strangers on stage, and trying to, ignore the brain is telling me then fat, I'm okay. And then also challenge, is I thought, I always wanted to do a competition, and I thought, now this is as good a time as any to do it, to achieve both things. So yeah, you're welcome to leave any comments if you like. I wonder if there's anybody there that is going through the same experience as me, or has gone through the same experience as me. Maybe ladies postmenopausal with a few medical challenges like I do. You've done it, and how did you get there? Or anybody who was thinking of doing this, and maybe you're thinking, oh, no, that can't be done, I'm too old, I've got too many issues. Maybe this inspires you to give it a shot. So we only live once. So you don't have to be to become a pro, bikini pro, anything like that. But it's nice, to prove to yourself that you can do it, and both to overcome the mental blocks that you might have had since childhood, based on how you used to be when you were a child, and people telling you that you were fat all the time, and your brain is not letting go of the idea. Okay, that's a lot, and welcome any comment. Thank you very much. Bye.